believe that scholars have found that some of the nozzles for blasting Greek fire were shaped like dragons, so that the boat looked like it had a dragon on board breathing fire at the enemy ships.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wow.
And just stories of they had dragons that breathe fire would make it back to Northern Europe. That's the best theory I've heard.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's like if the dragon is a composite of all the things, creatures that have scared us, now we're part of that composite.
Well, it's our technology that becomes part of the creature that frightens us.
Thanks, Tracy.
You're welcome.
What is
Who is...
Anything coming to mind?
What is,
Say something.
3.
It's a fedora.
I should have known that.
You should have known that. All right, we're going to take a break.
Of course you
Of
should
course.
have.
Well, so during the break, we're about to go to break, but during this break, take a beat to think about not just this show, but all the shows you hear on this station, all the All Things Considereds in the morning and thingies and the something radio
All the
hours and
things
the
that you
radio
shouldn't
something or
have
others.
known. You know, like we like to talk about things that you want to know, are surprised to know, or astonished to hear.
Yes.
And that's our trade. We like to surprise you, fascinate you, and give you just that little zing. And we do it on all of the programs that you hear on this station.
So, consider helping to create those moments for yourself. Do yourself a favor by making a contribution that creates the radio that comes back to you and gives you that little, ooh, interesting. No. All of those feelings begin with a pledge, especially the last one. That one, definitely.
No, the no.
The no.
Yeah, how about the yes?
That one.
That's good, too.
That one is free.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay,
But make a
that's
pledge. Here's how.
and you need to call right now, 1-800-552-8502. Ross Foote in here with me a little bit longer, and Ross, we want to see that boat go.
We want to see that boat go. We do. And let me tell you, it will go. Now, it's put your back in it to make it go.
Of course.
We have another thank you from Alexandria. Ray called in a pledge, which we appreciate. His comments were, tell Ross Foote he talked me into it. Now, Ray's going to be about a 40-year friend, so I got a 30 and a 40 and a 60. I'm still missing some 50, 20, and 10. So some of y'all are out there. I'm not sure what I'm saying to talk you into it, but let me just try. Do it. Do it. Do it. I mean, we need you to call 800-552-8502 and make a contribution. I don't care if it's a nickel. I just want you to be able to do that. Just got another pop up on the screen here. Robert from Alexandria, from the Freeman Memorial Cardiology. Robert's probably a 20 or 30-year friend too, so that's good. I'm glad to see Alexandria getting in there. He really wanted a Ross Foote coffee mug. Doesn't want his name called. Okay, does want his name called. Robert, I'm going to look around and see if I can find one of those old mugs, because I do appreciate you. You have been a big supporter of this station for a long time, and we really do appreciate you and your clinic. So thanks. That's all I can say. Just thanks on that, and I'm gonna try to find you a mug.
And we want to make this a real quick break because this next segment is a rather long segment, and so, but we still have a little bit of time, and I just want to mention that you can call 1-800-552-8502 not only to support Red River Radio, but also not only to pick up a great thank you item. We have many available at different donation levels, but you will get entered in all the drawings that we're going to have for the drive. And the first drawing is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We'll be drawing for a $250 gift card from Louisiana Boardwalk. That's a nice shopping spree for anybody, and someone's going to win it. It could be you, but if you haven't called yet, you need to call right now and get entered in that drawing and all the other drawings. So 1-800-552-8502 is the number to call, or you can go online, redriverradio.org. But really, Ross, it's all about Red River Radio and its programming.
That's all it is. I mean, that's the gift, the thank you notes, the rest of it. I mean, those are all great, but it's about this quality programming continuing to come to you. And, you know, we have plenty of the tumblers. We have plenty of the Wait anniversary mugs. We only have one canoe. So if you want it, you better get in quick. And it's a great chance to do that. Really appreciate the fact that all of my friends from Alexandria have risen to the call. And I think we're going to make $17,000 the way it's progressing at this point in time. We haven't updated it, but as soon as we get there, we're going to let you know. But just to make sure, let's find some other people out there to give us a call. 1-800-552-8502. You can call in a sustainer. You can call in a one-time pledge. Let me hear from you.
So we're going back now to the final segment of this special edition of Radio Lab. Call us now. Ross would like to thank you when we return.
Jad,
Robert,
Radio Lab,
and we are back
with more questions. Next one comes from producer Rachel Cusick.
So this question comes from Liam Hamburger from Denver, Colorado.
I was browsing memes on my Instagram feed, and there was this meme where the picture was of a husband and a wife trying to go to sleep. The wife was looking away, and she was like looking irritated. And then the husband was looking like just kind of confused on the opposite side of the bed. And the caption was her, he's probably thinking of other girls. And then him, I wonder if I've ever bought milk from the same cow twice.
What'd he say?
I wonder what?
Yeah, so he said, I wonder if I've ever bought milk from the same cow twice. So if I go to the store, I buy a gallon of milk, and then I go back maybe a week later, I get another gallon of milk. What are the odds that the same cow is in both of those gallons of milk?
I see.
I would say the answer is almost certainly yes, 100%.
That's Art Benjamin. He's a math professor
at Harvey Mudd College in Claremont, California, and I'm also a mathemagician.
And how is he so sure that it's 100%?
Well, according to Art Benjamin, it all comes down to
probability, statistics, and dare I say, calculus.
So take a farm like Dale's here.
Hey, here we go. My name is Dale Mattoon, Pine Hollow Dairy.
Dale has about 1,000 cows. And 20 at a time, these cows walk into a milking parlor. They line up, it looks like a wishbone.
All day and all night long.
And they get hooked up with these black rubber hoses.
The air you're hearing every once in a while is the guy putting a machine on a cow. When he hits the button, it turns on the vacuum, and then he
pumps the milk out of their udders into this big hose along the bottom of the floor.
Running through the hose, down into this line.
And it's meeting up with all the milk from all the other cows. And then it goes from that room into another room where it gets cooled down.
This is the milk out. Put your hand on this pipe.
Oh my gosh, it's cold. There's condensation on it.
It's very cold.
Once it's cooled down, it goes into this rocket ship looking thing outside called a milk silo, where all the milk from Dale's farm is just hanging out together. The silo gets filled up and up and up and up until it's full.
We're sending out over 8,000 gallons of milk a day on a tractor trailer.
This truck comes along, picks up that milk, and it stops at another farm and another farm and another farm until that truck is full.
Right full.
Goes to the processing plant. And once you're at the processing plant, all that milk is just mixed around even more with milk from all the cows in the region. And
on the second look, I still have my back of the envelope that had the calculation here.
Here's where the math comes in.
There are about 90,000 drops of milk in a gallon, and, 100,000 cows who are contributing to a particular processing plant.
When you run the odds of a drop of milk from any one cow getting into any particular gallon,
it's probably the case every gallon of milk contains most of those cows contributing.
And here's the thing, in one drop of milk, you could probably have a bunch of different milk molecules from a bunch of different cows.
And so one glass of milk might have, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of different cow molecules in my glass of milk.
Wow. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. So going back to Liam's original question, Art's argument is that when you're drinking a glass of milk, there's like so many different bits of milk from so many different cows.
Then it's probably the case that after just 2 glasses of milk, you're almost certain to have a cow that was represented in both of them.
So you're bound to run into at least a little bit of one of those 100,000 cows again.
The point being that every glass of milk has thousands and thousands of different cows contributing to it.
A little bit of 10,000 cows in every glass.
In
Wow.
every glass of milk.
I love that.
I don't know that I do.
No, it's great. It's like you're
No,
enjoying the collective efforts of this entire species almost.
No, I think it should be the product of 1 or 2 cows whom you can picture in your head and maybe pat on the nose. Thank you could say.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm with both of you. I feel like it weirds me out, but I also think it's kind of cool at the same time.
Well, but come to think of it, what happens if you drink a glass of milk in New York, get on a plane, fly to Atlanta, then have another glass of milk? Are you getting the same 10,000 in each glass, or are they different 10,000s?
Yeah, so I tried calling around a little bit to answer that question, and it seems like no one really wants to pay to ship milk that far. And so basically, a different processing plant might mean a whole different group of cows.
Oh.
Yeah. If you really want to figure out exactly which plant your milk is coming from, you can go to whereismymilkfrom.com.
Really?
Yeah. And you input the little code on the top of your carton and see how often that number comes up again. Each processing plant has its own code.
Coming into so many stores.
Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you. And just a big thanks to dairy farmer Dale Mattoon over at Pine Hollow Dairy. Are you a big milk drinker?
Oh, yeah.
How often do you drink milk?
Oh, well, I have it on my cereal in the morning. I have a glass or 2 for lunch and a glass or 2 for dinner. Probably 2 glasses each meal. If I don't drink milk, I don't feel good. Like if I go away on vacation, and a lot of times you go to...
The cow gives milk. Cartons and cartons of milk.
It's ringing. All right, this next one came from a couple.
Hello?
A married couple. Hello, is this Marie?
Yep.
This is Matt, Kilty, calling from Radiolab. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I have you on speakerphone, and Zach is right here.
Oh, hey, Zach.
Hi, Matt.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
So, Zach and Marie, it was years ago, actually, they sent us an email about what I think is like one of the most confounding, perplexing, mysterious devices that you can find inside anybody's home. Okay, so the microwave. I guess what I'm wondering is how, one, why were you microwaving peppers? And two, do you remember the moment this happened?
Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly what happened.
Okay, so quick scene set. Portland, Maine, a kitchen around dinner time.
I think we were like cooking a tomato sauce.
Zach was on bell pepper duty.
Try and take a shortcut, stick them in the microwave to make them a little warm or soft or something. Then I said, oh, Zach, don't put those in the microwave. They'll spark.
And Zach was just like,
You're crazy.
Hogwash. I don't believe you at all. And
Marie's like, no.
I remember seeing it as a kid.
She said there was a couple times her mom put some peppers in a microwave and they sparked.
Yes.
My first thought was that
my memory was wrong.
That's what I thought. It was that your memory was wrong.
Like there must have been a piece of metal in the microwave and you just don't remember that.
And that's what was sparking up because vegetables wouldn't do that.
And this is going back and forth and yes and no and sparks and nothing until...
I think it was like we have the ability to find this out and prove this wrong.
So that was like 5 years ago in the past. So we decided that we would actually do our own experiment in the present to get to the bottom of this. Do green peppers spark in the microwave? Oh, Maserati. First things first, I actually went and bought a microwave.
Hey, how's it going?
Off a guy on Craigslist.
Yeah, so, $50? $50.
$50. All right.
Our baby.
Then carried it like, all right, 8 blocks back to work.
Holy
Also, bought a bunch of groceries because we were going to do more than just a peppers test. And for reasons I'd rather not get into, decided not to start with the peppers.
Baby carrots.
Baby carrots is little carrots.
Yeah. Producer Anna McEwen.
So we're gonna kitchen.
Really?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell. Carrots? Okay. And as the great Ronco says of infomercial fame,
I don't know who the great Ronco is. Great Ronco.
Set it
and forget it.
All right, 2 minutes. Let's see what happens.
Hey.
And all of a sudden,
Good.
this little yellow spark just shot out from one of our slices of carrots.
That was crazy. There's a little spark. Oh, yeah, there.
You see another one?
Yeah, I just saw a little flash. Wow. A little tiny spark.
Carrots.
Carrots. Okay, next.
Kale. This is where it gets a little crazy because the kale. Oh,
There.
same thing.
What?
Boom, boom, boom. Sparks.
Smoke. It's just smoke. Let's stop. Smell that. Smell that. Jesus.
Delicioso.
That is smoke.
We're gonna try blueberries.
Ready? Set it.
Whoa!
Oh, they saw it.
We started to draw a bit of a crowd in the studio.
What? Why was electricity coming out of the blueberry?
All right, up next.
Crepes. Crepitos.
Grapes.
Crepetitis. Crepininis.
Ready?
Ready?
Time cook.
You said it.
Oh my God! Look at it go.
All right, what's up next?
Okay. Jumbo Franks.
Good, I got turkey franks. There, set it.
Spread it. Oh, I saw one.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Okay, pepper.
You said it.
Okay, both red and green bell peppers. Green was crazy.
Hey, Pepper!
We also threw in diced up tomatoes, pears, decorative gourd,
Are we gonna get fired for this?
and also
Whoa!
a flaming lip city.
There we go. Oh, who needs fireworks when you've got a CD in the
This is crazy.
Stop. All right, we stop.
Yeah, because I don't want to. Yeah, is it gonna? It looks like it was on fire.
Is it smoking in here? Yeah, it's definitely smoking.
Oh, that smells really bad. All right, let's take a break.
Everybody
Oh God. Yeah, we want to keep the door open.
What did you say to Marie after the peppers sparked in the microwave?
I think I don't know. I was probably speechless. I said, can't believe that you're right about this.
And Marie, did you say anything in return?
Probably something to the effect of "I told you so."
So pepper sparking the microwave, that was settled. But then there was the debate about
Marie doesn't believe my understanding of how microwaves work.
why.
Maybe it's just that pepper has a lot of moisture in it.
Zach, maybe it's you put the pepper in the microwave, all that water gets really hot.
The skin acts as like tinder, and that lights on fire quickly.
But Marie,
We always have peppers in our house, and I think that the green ones taste a little bit metallic.
to her, it's like maybe these peppers just have like some little bit of metal in there that's sparking.
Yeah. So is your next step to find the appropriate scientist?
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to try and put this case to bed.
Yeah, just give us one moment.
So ended up tracking down this woman. Is it Caroline or Carolyn? Is it
It's Caroline.
Caroline? Okay. Her name is Caroline Ross.
I'm a professor in the Department of Material Science and Engineering in MIT.
An experienced microwaver.
I've done it with roast potatoes.
Oh, you've seen sparks.
Yeah, I've seen sparks from roast potatoes.
Huh. All right, so yeah, maybe we should just like. So I asked her, in the case of the peppers, or the roast potatoes, or the grapes, like all the different food that we tried, like what happens in a microwave that makes the food just go like.
Right.
So let's say I got some pieces of pepper, put them in the microwave, I press start. Like what happens next?
Okay, so there is a gadget in the microwave oven that produces the microwaves. It's called a magnetron, and it's an interesting thing in itself.
Okay, quick side note. It's basically like this hunk of metal that makes the microwaves. But Caroline told me this really cool thing, which is they actually used to be used in World War II for radar.
That was in the 40s, and in 1945, there was an engineer at Raytheon who was working on these devices, and he found that some candy bar he had in his pocket got hot.
It was like, oh, this cooks food. And so eventually a magnetron got thrown inside of a metal box, and thus was born the microwave.
So it's an interesting thing in itself, but it produces a beam of microwaves, and they bounce around inside the microwave oven, moving at the speed of light.
And what are they pounding into the pepper? Or maybe not pound, but
Right.
like shooting into the pepper?
They're being absorbed. Yeah,
Absorbed.
they're being absorbed. And these microwaves, they are the right kind of frequency to cause the molecules in food to oscillate back and forth.
Oh.
You've put a pepper in there, so the pepper's got a lot of water in it. It's got other things as well. And those molecules start absorbing the microwaves and dancing back and forth and hitting each other and heating up. And then that bit gets even hotter, and eventually it could burst into flames.
But that is not what we're seeing with our pepper or any of the food in the microwave.
It's not.
No, because as Caroline explained to me, a flame is very different than a spark.
So one thing to keep in mind is that the pepper is fairly conductive. It's got all this water in it. We know that water can conduct electricity. And the water isn't pure. It has a lot of salts dissolved in it, minerals, things like that.
Okay.
In that sense, it's a little bit like a piece of metal. Metal, as we know, absorbs microwave energy rather well.
As we all know.
Yes. So...
Okay, so let's say you get these pieces of pepper in a microwave and they're, you know, heating up. Now, the thing is, the microwave, like the wave itself,
it has an electric field which oscillates back and forth at rather a high frequency.
So when these microwaves shoot into these pieces of pepper, what happens is this electricity starts
swishing back and forth
through the bits of pepper.
So there's a current flowing.
And as more microwaves are absorbed in these bits of pepper,
you can get quite big currents.
Currents so big that they start to create this electric field around the food.
And that electric field builds up and up and up, and eventually it's big enough to cause the air to glow around the food.
Because now there's actually electricity coursing through the air.
Like a fluorescent light bulb.
And Caroline says at this point you can start to see
these glowing balls of gas floating.
It's actually the air turning into plasma. Now, back in the center of the microwave are little bits of pepper, where there's still this electrical current
swishing back and forth through those bits of pepper. And if you have sharp corners,
like the actual corner of a pepper, or even on the skin, like these tiny microscopic little points, the electricity in the pepper, the electricity in the air
can get concentrated at those sharp corners like a lightning rod.
And at those corners, the electricity will just build and build and build until
you get a mini lightning bolt.
And then Caroline said everything in the microwave just sort of calms down.
Until the electric field builds up again and it does it all over, letting loose these mini lightning bolts. So it's a very dynamic process. You've got things being ionized, you've got things recombining, you've got charge flowing, you've got light being emitted, things get hot, there's a big current flowing, all for that tiny fraction of a second. A lot of quantum physics in there.
And then we hear a little ding, and then...
Yep, we're done.
And then we're done. But I just had one last job to do. How you two doing?
We're good.
Good.
Okay, all right. So I think called up Zach and Marie, told them everything I learned about their sparking pepper, and that even though both of them didn't have the exact theory, like Zach was right, water's an important part, and Marie was, you know, kind of onto something with this metal thing.
Yeah.
It feels like it's almost like a little bit of like a marriage of sorts, pardon the pun, between both your ideas that kind of is what is happening inside this black box.
Right.
So yeah.
So I think we had some of the elements there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh, there was one thing that I actually thought was kind of interesting. In all these questions we were getting in, there was like this tiny little pattern of married couples sending us in arguments that they got in. There was one couple that was like they were arguing about the nutritional value of microwaving a potato. There was another couple that sent in a very long email about how they'd been debating about how we perceive color.
We've actually had a similar dispute.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, over color.
Was the couch?
Oh, yeah.
There was a couch that we had. There was some sort of like drab tone that I thought was green and you thought was brown.
Gray.
Gray. Okay.
Yeah, we had that couch for like between different houses and different combinations for probably like 5 or 6 years and maybe 7 years, 10 years. And
had a lot of life in it.
And I always thought it was gray. I still do, but apparently you and your sister thought it was green. You like lived together for years and just never realized you're seeing something completely differently. Like, what do you mean our green couch? I have no idea. We don't have a green couch.
Producer Matt Kilty.
Okay, now if you appreciated our attempt to answer some of these questions. And if you appreciate this station's general effort at informing you and moving you and...
Yeah, because we're not the only ones. Like, all through this station's daily repertoire, you will find news reporting and foreign affairs reporting,
things that make you
economics
laugh,
reporting,
things that make you
and
cry.
funny stuff, and and spiritual stuff, all that. And if you have ever been dazzled, we'd love to have your support.
Yeah, and here's how you can do that.
And again, that number to call, 1-800-552-8502, or you can go online, redriverradio.org. And Ross Foote with me just one more time. And Ross, I want to thank you for being here.
Well, it has been my pleasure, and I tell you who I want to thank, not only the staff here at Red River Radio and our volunteers back taking the calls, but all my friends that have called in and made the contributions we have here.
Sorry.
We had set a goal for $17,000, and that's not what we made. We went over $18,000.
Woohoo!
So that is just my hat's off to all of you. Robert, we have another call that came in. Gary from Livingston wrote in that I really enjoy Wally, the jazz programs, most of all. And Wally, I guess you can get credit for that one. So it's your little voice over there talking him into it instead of me. But Ray and Greg and Malcolm and Robert, all of y'all that have been friends for so long to me and now friends of Red River Radio. So thanks to all of you with that. Now, you didn't have to stop. We're about to have Bayou Boogie live in the studio, and you can continue the contributions, and you can continue supporting Red River Radio, and that's the kind of stuff that you're going to get is live music. You're going to get the programs. You're going to get the news. 800-552-8502. Easy number to remember. It's in the middle of your phone dial. Just run up and down and call in a contribution. We've been great on this. And don't forget, there's that canoe out there.
and the gift for the $1,000 donation for that canoe, that doesn't stop when you leave. I mean, that's going to be available at any time, right, Ross?
Oh yeah, the canoe is up for the station to go. So if you want to think about it and you want to be smart and talk to your wife before you buy a boat, you can call in tomorrow and buy it. That's not really buy it. You're investing, and we're going to thank you with that. So we understand a canoe is an investment, and I've sure had a good time with it. So I'm hoping that somebody else can continue on, and when you're through, give it back to the station and let them do it again. It's 50 years running with the canoe, and it's got another 50 years in it. So yeah, that's there for y'all.
Well, thank you. And Ross, first of all, I just want to say you are listening to the voice of the community, Red River Radio, a public radio service of LSUS. This is KDAQ, Shreveport, Bossier City, KLSA, Alexandria, Pineville, KBSA, El Dorado, Camden, Magnolia, KLDN, Lufkin, Nacogdoches, and KTYK, Overton, Tyler, Kilgore. Ross, thank you again for being here tonight.
Oh, thank y'all for being here, so I have a place to go.
And with that, Kermit, take it away.
All right. Well, good evening, everybody. There's Kermit Poling in here, General Manager of Red River Radio. Not usually in the evenings here, but excited tonight because we have Bayou Boogie in the studio with us here. We're still, of course, raising money during this drive, so give us a call at 1-800-552-8502, especially as you enjoy the music tonight and show these guys that you are really appreciative of them being here helping Red River Radio. And with that said, why don't you guys just jump right into some music?
Johnny Macabri, oh my, oh my Catan, oh my Jolie, oh my Catan, oh my, Johnny Macabri, oh yeah, oh yeah, my Johnny Macabri, oh yeah, oh my Catan, oh my Jolie, oh my Catan, Johnny Macabri. All right, Pat. Zydeco. All right, here we go. Going up the dog hill, where the pretty women at? Going up the dog hill, where the pretty women at? Where they at? Going up the dog hill, where the pretty women at? Going up the dog hill, where the pretty women at? Zydeco. All right, all right.
All right, Bayou Boogie performing live in the Weiss Performance Studio here at Red River Radio. Hope you are enjoying this live music, man. Bayou Boogie, that is Pat Mason on accordion and the lead vocalist here, Zeph Smith on bass and Kyle Martin on guitar, Bradley Reed playing the keyboards, and Warren Williams on drums. And you guys sound great, absolutely terrific. It's great hearing you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming in and performing. I mean, obviously, you're Cajun Zydeco Band. Why don't you talk a little bit about the band for those people who might not be familiar with you?
Okay, take it away, Pat.
Well, we have been around for about 5 to 6 years, this particular band. We actually had, I started this group about 10 years ago and had a transition between with some new players, and this particular group I have right now is the culmination of that. It's actually the best band of the Bayou Boogie that I've ever had. These guys are great musicians. I'm really fortunate to have them. And we are, like the advertisement said, we're the only Zydeco band anywhere north of Alexandria. At least I'm not aware of anybody else. And we try to stay within the Zydeco feel. Of course, we do traditional Zydeco, but we also do progressive Zydeco. And we think we do it well enough to what we got asked to come down to play a very iconic South Louisiana TV show, Swamp and Roll, on December 5th. So it was that was a real honor for us, and we really liked representing the North Louisiana area down there.
Fantastic. Well, you sound great. And those of you listening at home or in your car or wherever you happen to be, make a contribution in honor of these guys. Bayou Boogie is in the studio here to help us as we are in our spring fund drive here. This radio station is supported completely through donations of one form or another. We, of course, have a grant that from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting that's about 15% of our budget. But the other 85%, the biggest part of the pie, is raised right here at home. And we need for you to give us a call at 800-552-8502. You can go online at redriverradio.org. Wally Derleth also in the studio with me here. Wally, and
Hi.
I can't. Hi, how are you doing, man?
Oh, good.
It's weird being on in the evening with you. What can I say? This isn't my time, man, for being on the air. Might be on stage.
I could turn you into a vampire yet.
Uh-oh. All right. There we go. All right. We're going to leave that at that right there. I think I can't really turn my head enough there, but I think maybe there's a contribution that's come in.
Indeed, there is. And I want to wish a listener wishing to remain anonymous from Pineville, Louisiana. And thank you so very much. It's a very nice, generous gift. And more of you need to call in right now. Hey, we're over $18,000 overall donated. We can get with just a couple handful of you calling in now before the band ends at 10 o'clock or thereabouts. We could get to 20,000. We would love to get to 20,000 by the end of the live music tonight. We can't do it without you. We need for you to call in right now because guess what? You're not going to find live music anywhere else in the radio dial. You can only hear it here. And so give us a call now, 1-800-552-8502, and help us out. Help us get to where we need to be. And these small steps, getting to 20,000 by the end of the live music, that's just another step to our overall goal. We can get there. We need your help. 1-800-552-8502.
All right. We're going to get out of your all's way because what we want to do is hear some more music. So, Pat, what do you have next?
Okay, we got this little medley we're going to do that we kind of worked up ourselves. Starts off with a classic old Zydeco song, Bye Bye Moneg, and then we go into Jambalaya.
All right.
Bye, Monet. Bye, bye, Giffey. Bye, bye, Monet. Oh, what a Giffey. To Son Alley. To Son Alley. Bye, bye, Monet. Bye, bye, y'all. Goodbye, Joe. We got to go. Me, oh, my, oh. We got to go for a B-roll down the bayou side. My Yvonne, beat his
Son of a gun, that is some good playing. I love it. Absolutely love it. You guys sound absolutely terrific. It's great to have you here. That is Bayou Boogie performing live in the Red River Radio Weiss Performance Studio. Rare opportunities that we have during these fund drives that we have. Of course, this being our spring fundraiser here at Red River Radio. And we so appreciate the musicians who come in during these drives to play live for us in the studio. I know tomorrow Buddy Flett's going to be here. Later in the drive, the Sock Singers from Shreveport Opera Express are going to perform. Guitarist Giovanni De Chiaro. There are a whole slew of bands that will be coming next week as well. And if you appreciate this, make a contribution at 800-552-8502 or go online at redriverradio.org and make your contribution there. I'm Kermit Poling, and Wally Derleth also in the studio with me, and the band, of course, Bayou Boogie. That's Pat Mason, Zeph Smith, Kyle Martin, Bradley Reed, and Warren Williams. And so you were talking about, Pat, a little bit about how this is, as far as you know, the only real band like this in the northern part of the state at all. But how did you guys actually find each other?
It's kind of a hit and miss type of thing where you put out your feelers, you ask for people to play this type of thing, and of course, there's so many musicians out there that are good musicians, but they're committed to many other groups or one particular group. I was very lucky to find all four of these guys. I found them in different places. Actually, I think Kyle was the first person that I actually found, and he was an extremely good guitar player for all other kind of music, but he had never played anything like this. He was very interested. He was already playing with many other groups, so I was lucky and fortunate to have him come in. And then, as it turned out, by just way of process of going to music stores or seeing other bands and meeting other people, bumping into people, I think Kyle just asked one of the guys, I'm not sure if it was Zeph or if it was Bradley, told him what he was doing, what he was interested in it, and they one by one started to come in and liked really what was going on. Again, they're all top flight musicians. They all are playing with a lot of different groups, and they have a lot of experience. But again, it was the draw of the Zydeco that actually interested them, if I'm right. Is that right, Zeph?
Yeah, to an extent. I actually had never played Zydeco in my life. And kind of how I got into the band is a good friend of mine, Tommy Nard, who used to be a drummer in the band. He actually called me. I was on my way from Alexandria doing a gig, and he said, "Hey, man, I'm playing in the Zydeco band, and we've got a big gig down in New Orleans." You remember that, Pat? Yep. It was a big gig in New Orleans, and the bass player that played with the band, Ben, wasn't going to make it. And so he said, "Hey, man, would you be interested?" And I said, "Well, man, I've never played Zydeco before in my life. Can you kind of give me a road map, send me some music?" So he sent me 4 or 5 songs to listen to and to kind of shed over. And I was actually going to go in and do an audition for Pat. So I got to Pat's house, and next thing you know, we were sitting out on this patio, and we chatted for about an hour. And so in my mind, I'm going, I got to go in here and really try to blow these guys away with what I had learned and practiced and shedded over. So we get into Pat's music room, and he puts on a totally different song. We listen to it, and he says, "Hey, man, can you play this?" And so he threw me a curveball, and it just so happened that the song wasn't too difficult, and I was able to kind of pull it off. And then he put another song on. And so I'm going, wait a minute, what about the 5 songs that I shedded to try to get in the band? We went over none of those songs. So after about the 3rd song, he looked at Tommy and he said, "I think we found our bass player." All right. And so that was how my audition went down.
Okay, so in my own defense, I'm going to let you talk. In my own defense, the reason I did that is because I actually threw simple stuff at him, thinking, okay, I've got to get these songs down. I got to get something. Yeah. I threw him the simplest songs, and then when I saw what he could do with them, I just threw them out. Went, no, we can do much better than that. So.
Well, that's just how Pat is, though.
Yeah. And then I think with the next addition to the band was Brad, because we needed a keys player, and I think Tommy he engaged with Brad as well, and then Brad came on, and Brad's background is gospel, but he came in and just had this flavor, and it was the same deal. Pat was like, "Okay, we got a keyboard player."
All right.
Yeah.
I love how these things just work out like
Yeah.
that. That is absolutely fantastic. Well, clearly, for the better good.
Yeah.
It's Bayou Boogie that we're speaking with tonight, playing live in our Red River Radio Performance Studio. All right, guys, what's next?
We're going to do this traditional Zydeco Cajun song. Both sides, the Cajun and the Zydeco, claim it. But it's known in South Louisiana as the unofficial state of Louisiana song, anthem. McNeese actually has this song in their fight song.
Yeah.
So, but it's an old standby. Everybody that we've ever played in front of, no matter where we are, they all are aware of this song, or at least have heard about it. It's a great old waltz. It's called Jolie Blanc. Oh, Jolie Blanc. Oh, chère bébé, tu m'as quitté pour t'en aller avec une autre. Comment du grand mot va faire maman tout seul?
live in the Red River Radio studios, the Weiss Performance Studio, for you as you are listening this evening. I hope you're enjoying this music, and we'll show your appreciation with a contribution right now. That's why these guys are playing live, and we're benefiting from a wonderful treat of getting to hear this fantastic band, and I hope you appreciate that. Call now 800-552-8502. You can go online at redriverradio.org and make your contribution there. I'm Kermit Poling, Wally Derleth also in the other part of the studio here where we're talking to you live, and I think some contributions have come in, haven't they, Wally?
Far away. Anyway.
What?
Yeah, a couple of people have phoned in, and first of all, I want to say thanks to Phil Trosclair, if that's how you pronounce it, from Lafayette, Louisiana, and says Bayou Boogie sounds great. And also heard.
All right, verification from the other side of the state, guys.
and Albert Blow from Lufkin, Texas, and our son-in-law Zeph Smith is playing in the band, and we would like to donate because of him.
Zeph, hey, all right, man. Hey, I like that. It's good to have connections. All right, fantastic. Well, more of you can call in, 800-552-8502. We'll get a new total here in just a little bit. Guys, you got something else you can play for us?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to do this one. It's a little bit rocking of an old song. It's called Back Door.
Going to feature our drummer on the intro, Mr. Warren Williams, putting it down.
Habiter au bar, s'est donné puis les honky tonk sont revenus la matin, Julie après se casser, j'ai passé des dans le côte de là on va aller après de midi, pas de soirée, on peut plus marcher, et là on va aller dans la maison, tu veux les compagnies, c'était mon étranger, j'ai passé des dans le côte de with them girls all through the night. When I got home, my wife was still awake. She said, where you been? For goodness sake. I guess I better go and slip on out the back door.
that was a lot of fun.
yeah.
We're just. I know it's not rock, but man, we're rocking in here. That's pretty cool. Bayou Boogie performing live in the Red River Radio Weiss Performance Studio, and that means we've got Pat Mason, Zeph Smith, Kyle Martin, Bradley Reed, and Warren Williams all in here at the same time playing this music for you, because it is our spring fund drive. Make your contribution right now at 800-552-8502. We've had some people that have already contributed this evening, and we're looking for you to do exactly the same thing as you're enjoying the music. These guys have come in to help us out, help us raise a little bit of money, and they're hoping that you will make a contribution to Red River Radio as well, so that we can continue to bring you, not just during the fund drives, man, but we have our share of all kinds of music here on Red River Radio, the classical music and the jazz and the eclectic and the Zydeco and you name it. We pretty much play it, except for probably top 40. So we are here. Give us a call at 800-552-8502. And Wally also in the studio, man.
Well, I have to admit, and Kermit, you're probably sleeping when I normally play this on Wednesday night is my contemporary jazz night, and occasionally I will play Adele. So I will admit that I teeter on the top 40, but not really. So I'm coming clean.
Well, that's okay. It doesn't have to be. Hey, Lady Gaga and Rod Stewart and all these people have some great jazz numbers too.
And I need to pick up that.
Okay.
I haven't done so yet, but I really need to.
Put it on your list.
But the bottom line is, Bayou Boogie's here. They're taking time out of their schedule to be here to help us out with this fund drive. And we need for you to call in and support this live music and support everything about Red River Radio. And Kermit, we haven't mentioned this a whole lot, but tomorrow at 7 o'clock will be our first drawing.
That's right.
Of the drawing, of all the drawings that we're going to have. And tomorrow night at 7 o'clock we'll be drawing for a $250 gift card to Louisiana Boardwalk in Bossier City. That's a nice shopping spree.
Yeah,
and so someone could win it, but for those of you listening that haven't phoned in yet, call in now, because you can get entered into not only that drawing but all the other drawings that we're going to have for the rest of the drive.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We've got a bunch of them. We have 4 different gift cards from the Louisiana Boardwalk. The highest ones being at $500. You make your contribution early. We put you in every one of those drawings, and then this grand prize, which is this amazing overnight stay in historic Jefferson, Texas, with my gosh, there's $1,000 worth of art. There are gift cards to all kinds of places. There are canoe rides and carriage rides and dinners and lunches. I mean, it is a great trip. Someone is going to win that. It could be you, but not unless you get in on it. And I encourage you to do it with a contribution. Can you what?
Can I win it?
Can you win it?
No, can I win it? Why?
Well, you work here.
Oh, darn.
Well, that's just the way it goes. But you have the benefit of getting, to work for me here at Red River Radio. What more could you ask for?
Well, right.
Yeah, no, you have all these people that just love hearing your jazz, Wally. So you have that benefit.
I know.
We'll let them have the opportunity to win here. All right, guys, what you got next for us?
You got this Zydeco shuffle song, line dance song. It's called T-Monde. Called T-Monde.
Stapleton Alley. On our legs are back and on. Stapleton Alley. On our legs are back and on. Keep on, baby. Oh, Timon. Como vai dar Oh, Timon. Como vai dar Stapleton Alley. On our legs are back and on. Stapleton Alley. On our legs are back and on. Come on, baby.
Bayou Boogie performing live in the Red River Radio Weiss Performance Studio on this this very special day of our spring fundraising campaign here. Give us a call at 800-552-8502. Look, I know you're tuned in, you're listening, you're having a good time listening to this music, and that's great. That's one of the reasons why we do this. But the other part of all of this is, we have to raise the money to keep this station on the air, not just for the music, but also for the news and the other programming that you tune in and listen to here on Red River Radio. That's why these guys are here, trying to encourage you to make your contribution tonight at 800-552-8502, or go online if you'd rather do that at redriverradio.org and make your contribution in support of live music, in support of recorded music, in support of the news and the other programming that you have that you cannot find anywhere else on the dial here. That's a public radio exclusive and a Red River Radio exclusive in our particular area. So wherever you're hearing our voices, we are your public radio station, and we need to hear from you. And I was thinking, guys, that you came from a variety of different musical backgrounds, right? We mentioned a little bit of gospel and different types of music and all of that, which is all really cool. So obviously you are specialists and a really tight band with the Zydeco Cajun music. Do you also, perform other kinds of music as a band?
Oh, we absolutely do.
Yeah. What do you stretch on?
We do a lot of funk, and we do a lot of Pat will get on the guitar when we play live, and we play some rock music, Creedence. Oh yeah, we do
Excellent.
All over the place. Yeah, Neville Brothers. We do some soul, and we actually later on tonight we're going to be doing a little bit of funk.
Okay. Oh,
with the accordion, which is really fun.
Oh, okay.
So
all
we
right.
do some of our own stuff, blended.
That sounds like. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a blast to hear. Well, that's I love it that you guys have all come together. And, really, Pat, you were saying, this band is not really that old as far as bands go, but man, you are tight. You got it nailed.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. You can owe that to the musicianship of these guys, and really, I'm not blowing smoke. They are the best at their position, so that sure makes it a lot easier.
And Pat sat down and taught us how to do it.
Yeah. well, there you go. You have any upcoming projects that you guys are working on?
Well, we just got through with a CD project, and actually, after we got through listening to it, we knew we could do better.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to go back in and
redo some parts
that.
and put some different songs on there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And we have a video that we took of the TV show, the Swamp and Roll TV show. We have that. That's on YouTube. You can watch that. But mainly, we're just trying to get the band's name out there, so we can get hired more. Like I said, we'd like to do more work in Shreveport. There's just not. It doesn't seem to be that much for us around here. We do a lot of our performances in East Texas and Longview and Tyler.
Cool.
We every year for Mardi Gras, instead of being here, we travel up to Malden, Missouri, to do a huge Mardi Gras ball up there, which is a lot of fun. But that's like an 8-hour drive pulling a trailer, so it's way up there. But it's great. The people are great. But we'd really like to do more around here in the Shreveport area. So
well, sure. Well, I hope that ends up being the case, because you guys sound terrific. Well, a lot of you out there listening, get your requests in to whoever you might think might bring this fantastic band. It's Bayou Boogie. And by the way, so if someone wants to see the video, they just search Bayou Boogie on YouTube.
They can go on there and look for Pat Mason and Bayou Boogie Swamp and Roll.
Okay, all right. And do you have a Facebook page too, and a website?
We do, and my Facebook page ID is so complicated. I just tell people to go to Pat Mason and Bayou Boogie Facebook, and you'll see it.
Okay. All right. Great.
Okay.
I'm not kidding you. It's weird. It's got a bunch of dashes and numbers and everything, and it's like I have to get my phone out to look at it. So
you just save it, and that way, you never have to look for it. Just go to your bookmark. That's what the most of the world does. All right. What you got for us next?
We got this kind of a rock song that we did. That's from a song that I heard back in Lafayette, Louisiana, back in 1974, from a guy named Zachary Richard, and I've never heard anybody else play it. We love it. It's called "Who Stole My Monkey."
Okay.
Look all around. I was looking for my monkey. My monkey couldn't be found. So I called the police department. I said, help me, please. Said, if you find my monkey, bring right home to me, yeah. Well, who stole my monkey? My monkey, my monkey, somebody stole my monkey from me. Who stole my monkey? my monkey. Somebody stole that funky old monkey from me. Who stole my monkey, my monkey, my monkey? Somebody stole my monkey from me. Who stole my monkey, my monkey, my monkey? Somebody stole that funky old monkey from me. Come on, man.
Who stole my monkey?
My funky old monkey.
Yes, indeed. And that's Bayou Boogie performing live in the Red River Radio studios on this. Are we only, Wally? We're only 2 days into this drive, right?
If that's what you say.
Yeah, yeah. This is Tuesday, right? Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
Okay, man. We're only on the second day of this drive. We are over $18,000. We're doing really well here. We want to get over $20,000 by the time the band is finished tonight. And we don't want them to have to play all the way to 1 a.m. or something. We're planning on having music here for the next a little over an hour or so. So give us a call at 800-552-8502 or go online at redriverradio.org and make your contribution in support of the music, in support of all the programming that you enjoy, that you listen to. That's what it's all about.
And I just want to mention, Kermit, and to the band, just want to say if you need, just let us know if you need to take a break. And I do have music queued up just in that case.
Yeah, absolutely. You just say, give us a song off.
In that case, we're out of here. No,
I knew you were going to say that.
No, we're cool.
Are you?
Okay.
Well,
okay.
It sounds really good.
It does.
Somewhere in there we've got a noisy cable because it's popping every once in a while. I can't.
That's not good.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll stay stable. I think it's one of the keyboards, but we'll. I've been tracking it down, but I think it stopped there after a while. So I think maybe we're okay. Meanwhile, more music. What do you have next?
We got an old standard here by Rock and Sydney. This one's real popular, of course. It's called My Tutu.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mess with my toot-toot. Don't mess with my toot-toot. You can have the other woman. Don't mess with my toot-toot. You were born in a bird suit. The doctor slapped her behind. Said you're gonna be special. Said you're gonna be fine. But you can look as much. But you so much is touch. You're gonna have yourself a case. Wanna break your face. Don't mess with my toot-toot. Don't mess with my toot-toot. You can have the other woman. Don't mess with my toot-toot. Don't mess with her now. She was born in a bird suit. The doctor slapped her behind. Says you're gonna be special, said you're gonna be fine. But you can look as much, but you so much is tough. You're gonna have yourself a case, you're gonna break your face. Don't mess with my tutu, don't mess with my tutu. You can have the other woman. Don't mess with my tutu. Don't mess with my tutu. Don't mess with my tutu. You can have the other woman. Don't mess with my tutu. Don't mess with it now. Don't mess with my tutu.
All right. Well, I won't mess with your
don't.
two today. All right.
Don't
keep,
do that.
keep that in mind. Bayou Boogie performing live again in the Red River Radio studios here. Pat Mason, Zeph Smith, Kyle Martin, Bradley Reed, and Warren Williams, and sounding great, guys, and we really do appreciate that. If you are appreciating that as you are listening at home, give us a call at 800-552-8502 or go online at redriverradio.org. And I sense, I have my spidey sense telling me that we got another contribution in, Wally.
Indeed, yes, we do. And a listener wants to remain anonymous from Shreveport, but the comments read, Bayou Boogie is great. They gracefully blend the southern part of Louisiana with the upper region. Love it, love it, love it.
All right, guys, you got your fans tuned in listening tonight.
Much love, thank you.
That's it, yeah. And there are more of you out there. I know. We'd love to hear from all of you. The band's enjoying it. Band is sounding hot. Give us a call at 800-552-8502 or go online at redriverradio.org. What's our current total, Wally? I can't see it from here.
It's $18,531.
All right, so less than $500 to go to cross 19,000. It would really be great to cross $20,000 tonight.
And you know, no one has taken that boat yet.
We have a boat. Yeah, talk about the boat. So how often do we offer a boat?
I know.
Especially a classic from the 60s.
Yeah, and Ross Foote, who was the guest prior to Bayou Boogie coming on, and he said for $1,000 donation, you can get as a thank you item, a 17-foot canoe made by Grumman back from the 60s.
The airplane manufacturer.
Yeah, and
Grumman. Wow.
And so, frankly, Ross said that if you look for it if you look for something similar on eBay, it would be a lot more.
Yeah,
and
that he is right, because I did that last night because Renee Moran, our underwriting and development person here, gives me a call and says, yeah, Ross wants to offer a canoe, and it was frankly I wasn't sure what to think, and I thought, well, we're in the sportsman's paradise, why not? And I did look it up, and they have quite a value. So for $1,000 contribution, you can have this canoe. I'm not sure how we'll get it to you. Ross will have that worked out, but
right now it's on Cross Lake if you want to go see it.
Okay.
He didn't specifically say where, but it's on Cross Lake.
It's also a little dark out right now, but we want you to make that contribution now, $1,000, and
that would get us close to 20.
Yeah, that'll get us just underneath. So give us a call, 800-552-8502. You know what I'm going to do? Let's add a match in. Let's do a challenge match. You make your contribution right now, and your contribution will be matched dollar for dollar, up to $500. So I can't do it for the canoe, but for any other contribution you make right now, your contribution will be matched dollar for dollar. Give us a call, 800-552-8502. And meanwhile, I sense we're going to listen to some more great music by Bayou Boogie. What you got, guys?
We got this song that's basically an old Zydeco line dance song, and at some point we're going to show you how we're going to transition to kind of throw in some of that funk and soul that we were talking about.
Okay.
I'll be getting off the accordion for a little bit and getting on the rub board, which in South Louisiana they call the frottoir. And
say that again.
Frottoir.
Say it one more time.
Frottoir.
Okay, I still can't pronounce it.
All right. All right.
Well, I can't.
I got that.
Feel bad.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to say hello to my good friend Phil Trosclair out there in Lafayette. Here we go. Here we go. Everybody now, and let's go to the chicken run. Come on, everybody now, get on the phone, and let's go to the chicken run. Yeah, you're right. Everybody now, and let's go to the chicken run. Come on, everybody now, get on the phone, and let's go to the chicken run. Yeah, you're right.
Zydeco. Zydeco. Zydeco.
Add a little funky bass to that thing, man.
chicken run. Come on, everybody now, get on the phone. And let's go to the chicken run. Yeah, you're right.
Bayou Boogie performing again live in the Red River Radio Performance Studio. And Pat, that was very cool the way you the way you swapped out those instruments there. And honestly, I mean, I certainly have heard people playing washboard and all of that, but I didn't realize all the different sounds. I mean, that was a very cool effect. I had to stand up to see, is he making that?
Yeah, most Zydeco bands do have that in their band.
Yeah.
But we keep our band down to 5 people, and of course, not all of our songs require one, but now and then they do, and I love to get up on it. It's a great instrument. It's a lot of fun. It's a crowd pleaser. If you come into our live performances, you'll see us pull people out of the audience and make them come up and play it, and they really love it. And it's a crowd pleaser. The crowd cheers for them.
Oh, excellent.
It's actually not. It's not a very easy instrument to play at first. It's a little bit awkward because of the way that it's ribbed.
Yeah.
And so there's people use different utensils to play it. I use spoons because I can take my thumbs and I can either use the rounded part to kind of get a smooth transition, or I can really dig into it on the edges when I need to. So that's where you can get all the different sounds. So it's a really cool instrument. It is.
It really is. And what's the official name of it again?
Repertoire.
All right,
I can't say that.
Yeah, well, I can't either. But that's very, very cool.
Easy for you to say.
Easy for you to say, evidently. And hey, Wally, while we're at it, of course, we're in our spring pledge drive here. Give us a call at 800-552-8502. And I can see out of the corner of my eye that it looks like someone's done that.
And they have, and want to say thanks to Teresa Hoffmeister from Bossier City.
Teresa. Hey.
And it says here, this donation is for Kermit, Wally, and the band.
All right.
Well, thank you so very much, Teresa. And more of you need to call in right now, 1-800-552-8502. And right, Kermit, their donation will be matched dollar for dollar,
It will be
right?
matched right now. We have a match going on right now. Now, I'm assuming Teresa didn't take the canoe, but
No.
we do have the canoe still available at the $1,000 level. But we have a lot of other stuff as well. We've got, for example, the All Things Considered coffee mug at the $80 level, the Wait, Don't Tell Me mug at $120, and something that no one has seen yet, and this is really true. We have a brand new, I want to call it a water bottle, but evidently we don't call them water bottles anymore. We call them water tumblers, but nevertheless, it is one of those insulated water tumblers in a cobalt blue stainless steel. It has a copper layer that has a vacuum in it, so it keeps your hot stuff hot for 8 hours. It will keep your cold stuff cold for 18 hours, if you could imagine that. I don't know how it tells the difference, but it seems to know. And we have that, and it will have it's actually I found my voice is the words that are on it, because of course we're the voice of the community, Red River Radio. So it's got an image, kind of like a 50s styled woman kind of shouting, and she's shouting, "I found my voice." So that is available for $120. Brand new. We've never offered that before. Very, very cool item. So give us a call if you're interested in one of those thank you gifts, or just because you want to donate to the station because you love what the station does. Why else would you be listening? Give us a call.
Absolutely, and we really need to hear from you. I mean, I would think at this particular time of day that we're talking to a number of listeners out there that are music fans because they like evening jazz. And but right now we are in the live music, and I know you appreciate it. You're not going to find it anywhere else in the radio dial, for that matter, as well as evening jazz. And if you appreciate this, all this programming, especially the evening jazz and the live music, call now, 1-800-552-8502, and that way you can count on. You have been counting on evening jazz. Well, keep it on the air by your donation right now.
All right, 1-800-552-8502. Gave the band a little bit of a break there while we chatted a little bit and acknowledged some people. Would love to hear some more music. What do you have next, guys?
We got this song that we actually worked up about 2 days before we went down to the Swamp and Roll show, and we tried it out down there, and it worked out really well.
Great.
It's actually kind of our Zydeco Cajun rendition of Michael Jackson's Rockin' Robin.
Okay.
In the treetops all night long, rocking and a bopping just a singing this song. All the little birdies on Jaybird Street love to go rocking to that Zydeco beat. Rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, alone don't say. Well, every little sparrow, every chickadee, all the little birdies in the tall oak tree. The wise old owl, the big black crow, love to go dancing to that Zydeco. Rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, alone don't say. Come on, Kyle. Watching all the ducks in the crows take flight. They're all going down to the swamp and roll, dancing with the kiddies yelling, go cat go. Rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, along don't say. Come on. Treetops all day long, rocking and a bopping just a singing this song. All the little birdies on Jaybird Street love to go dancing to that Zydeco beat. Rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, along don't say. Rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, rockin' Robin, along don't say.
I like that, man. That is that's a lot of fun. That really is. And you're listening to Bayou Boogie performing live in the Red River Radio Performance Studio here. Pat Mason, Zeph Smith, Kyle Martin, Bradley Reed, and Warren Williams performing live for you to inspire you to make a contribution to Red River Radio this evening. And I hope that you will certainly take advantage of this opportunity to go ahead and do that right now while you're thinking about it, while you're enjoying the music. Get it out of the way, and then you can sit back and or get up and dance, whatever. It's kind of hard to just sit still with this great music that that you're listening to right now. Give us a call at 800-552-8502. And it's you're having fun over there, Wally?
I certainly am. The great music, guys, and really do appreciate you all coming in. And
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to when you really get down and funky.
It's coming.
It's on the list. All right, guys. What do you have next? Why don't you go ahead and play something else?
Okay. All right. It's called Zydeco Fever. Tell me what you gonna do when that beat coming down. You say you don't wanna dance, but don't you worry, I'ma pass back around. Any way that you want it, girl, baby, I can run a dance floor. And I don't want nothing from you, I just want a Zydeco. I got that Zydeco fever. Way. Yeah, yeah.
Tell me what you gonna do when the beat coming down. You really don't wanna dance, but don't you worry, I'ma pass back around. Any way that you want it, girl, oh baby, I can run a dance floor. And I don't want nothing from you, I just want a Zydeco. I got that Zydeco fever. Way. Look out, dog.
Got that Zydeco fever.
Way.
That fever is spreading, guys. Fantastic. Bayou Boogie performing live in the Red River Radio Performance Studio, the Weiss Performance Studio, and this is live. This is live. You are hearing it as it happens. That's an exciting way to do radio. It's an exciting part of being a Red River Radio listener, and that from time to time you get to hear fantastic bands like Bayou Boogie performing for you. They're doing it this evening to encourage you to make a contribution to Red River Radio at 800-552-8502. Or you can go online, of course, and make your contribution there at redriverradio.org. And while over the course of many of our drives, we have all kinds of music. It's not all that often we get to hear a little bit of Zydeco Cajun. So this is fun. So Wally, I sense again that maybe someone has made a contribution. I can see it out of the corner of my eye. I just can't see what it is.
You're amazing, Kermit, but that's why you're Kermit and I'm me. But anyway, Doris Meredith of Mansfield, Louisiana, and phoned in, and thank you so very much, Doris. And she says, what a fun program of Zydeco music, and I appreciate the diversity. Kermit, are you patting your feet to the nice music tonight?
Am I stomping my feet? Hey, yeah,
yes.
Absolutely. I'm over here. If it wasn't for that, I was basically a shy guy, which of course no one believes. I would be dancing. But in any case, yeah, I guess that's what that means. Oh, how can you not? And not only tap your foot, get around. So it must be tapping. Must have been it. Make a contribution at 800-552-8502. Everything is getting matched right now, up to $500. We have some great thank you gifts that are available. We still have the canoe, the Grumman canoe from the 60s, courtesy of Ross Foote, who is donating it to us to offer as a thank you gift at the $1,000 level, and it's a collector's item. I mean, you're talking about a 50, almost 60-year-old canoe, made from these are made of aluminum, I think.
Yeah,
yeah,
heavy.
Aluminum.
He said it's aircraft aluminum.
Yeah, from Grumman, and I've seen copies of them, but to actually see a real Grumman canoe, that's pretty cool. So call now, 800-552-8502, and guys, you all sound really great. Are you all still good? You need any kind of a break, or are you doing okay?
No, we're just having a powwow about what we're going to play next.
Oh, okay. Have you got it figured out yet?
I think so, yeah.
All right. I mean, we can sit in on the meeting. But, yeah, well, that'd be great. Well, what do you got?
All right, we're going to do this soul classic. We kind of turned into a Zydeco song. It's called Shotgun. I said shotgun, shoot it, boy, run now.
And then we'll go downtown now. We're gonna buy ourselves a shotgun now. We're gonna break it down, baby, now. We're gonna load it up, baby, now. And then we'll shoot it for a run now. Look out! I said shotgun. Shoot it for a run now. Do the jerk, baby. Do the jerk now. Look out! I said shotgun. Shoot it for a run now. Do the jerk, baby. Do the jerk now. Come on, Kyle, funk it up. Come on, Kyle. Come on down. Oh, yes, that.
Nasty.
Get down. Ooh. All right, fellas, can I get back into the song? Can I get back into the song?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead, go ahead.
Get back into the song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Put on your high heel shoes. And then we'll go downtown, mix into some Zydeco and blues. We're gonna dig potato. We're gonna pick tomato. I said shotgun. Shoot it for a run now. Do the jerk, baby. Do the jerk now. Yeah. I said it's quiet time. I said it's quiet time. I said it's quiet time. Look out, y'all.
All right, Bayou Boogie performing live in the Red River Radio Performance Studio, the Weiss Performance Studio, here on this Tuesday evening. Just the second day of our spring pledge drive. We haven't been doing this drive for very long. We are closing in on that $20,000. We have about $130 to go or so. I'm adding that wrong. About $230. Give us a call, 800-552-8502. Make your contribution in honor of the great music from this fantastic band, in honor of the programming that you tune in and listen to on a regular basis here. We are not a commercial station. You know, we don't air commercials. We don't sell our airtime. Our airtime belongs to you. That is how public radio works. And you might think, well, my gosh, how are you funded? Well, most of our funding comes from contributions of everyday people who love what they hear and are willing to support it. 65% directly from individual contributions. And I say ordinary people. Actually, you are spectacular people for supporting this station. And we appreciate everybody who contributes and supports Red River Radio today. Call 800-552-8502. And again, the band Bayou Boogie in the studio with us here performing live just for you. If you guys, you're sorting out what you're going to play next, or you have it figured out?
Oh, we got it. It's a very sophisticated song.
Super sophisticated,
Yeah.
I might add.
It might be over y'all's head.
Yeah, it could be. It's actually a song about botany, isn't it?
Botany.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
botany.
Botany, human design.
And human design.
And it's really-
This song is, oh my gosh.
Okay.
I mean,
Should we get Einstein in here?
well,
You might have to.
You might have to.
You have to rope him into staying after we start.
Can't wait to see what this is.
I don't like golf.
You don't like what?
I don't like swimming.
You don't like swimming?
I just like chasing.
What do you like chasing?
Big butt women. We gonna do that butt thing. Baby, like a funky thing. We gonna do that butt thing. Baby, let that butt swing. Well, I don't like golf.
You don't like golf?
And I don't like swimming.
You don't like swimming?
I just like chasing.
What you like chasing?
Big butt women.
Big butt women? Hey,
We gonna do that butt thing.
kinda like that.
Nookie thing. We gonna do that butt thing. Baby, let that butt swing. Oh! Look out! Shake that butt. Oh, I like that knee. Talk about OFT. That's me. Well, I don't like golf.
You don't like golf.
And I don't like swimming.
You don't like swimming.
And I just like chasing.
What you like chasing?
Them big butt women. We're gonna do that butt thing. Kinda like a nookie thing. We're gonna do that butt thing. Baby, let that butt swing. Whoa!
All right, that was one. Ooh, where sophisticated sound right there. My gosh, guys, that was absolutely terrific and fun, and I like it. That wasn't what I was expecting, but man, I love it. You are listening to Bayou Boogie live in the Red River Radio studios. Give us a call at 800-552-8502. Make a contribution this evening in honor of the live music and in honor of all of the programming that you tune in and listen to. And I know you do. I know you tune in and listen to this station because you are listening right now, and of course maybe you have a little bit of extra enticement because of the live music, but there's great music on every evening here on Red River Radio, and in support of that, go ahead and make a contribution of any amount. It will be matched. I don't think we've used all of the match yet, so give us a call at 800-552-8502. Let's get over, at the very least, let's get over $19,000. Would love to get over 20. We are closing in on it, but it really takes each one of you listening to go ahead and make that move. And
participation.
Participation. That's it. So give us a call, 800-552-8502, and make your contribution right now. Meanwhile, more music ahead here. I'm not exactly sure what Bayou Boogie's going to play next, but Pat, I'm sure you're going to tell us.
We're going to slow it down a little bit and do a song called Tupelo Honey.
Drop it down into the deep blue sea. She's a sway, it's Tupelo honey. She's an angel in the first degree. She's an angel. She's as sweet as Tupelo honey, just like honey, baby, from a bee. You can't stop us on the road to freedom. You can stop us 'cause our eyes can see. Men of courage, men of honor, bring us back to peace and harmony. She's a sway, it's Tupelo honey. She's an angel in the first degree. She's an angel. She's as sweet as Tupelo honey, just like honey, baby, from a bee. Well, the girl's all right, you know she's all right by me. Yeah, she's all right. She's all right by me. Listen, baby. Na 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 na. The girl's all right. She's all right by me. She's as sweet as Tupelo honey. She's an angel in the first degree. She's an angel. She's as sweet as Tupelo honey. Just like honey, baby. Gonna be. She's my Tupelo honey. She's my Tupelo honey. And she's all right by me.
And that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful.
Man, what a great rendition.
Yeah, wasn't? Oh my goodness, yeah. And you know, I meant to say this a little earlier because, of course, there are a lot of different things that make a great band, and some of it is, you know, the tightness of the band and the way you all play together and all of that. But then the fact that you are all a bunch of virtuosos, you know, incredible solos, very, very, very nice playing all around. It's very enjoyable to listen to. Appreciate that a whole lot. And I hope you do too as you are listening. Give us a call at 800-552-8502. You can go online at redriverradio.org and make a contribution in support of the live music, in support of all of the programming that you tune in and listen to here on a regular basis. And I know, you know, it's a Tuesday evening, and I know you're probably, you know, sitting and relaxing, maybe having a glass of your favorite beverage as you're relaxing and listening to this music, or maybe you've got us on in the background while I don't know, maybe while you're doing your homework or getting some stuff done for work that you have to prepare for tomorrow. But if you can just take a moment out of your time and make a contribution, because this is special stuff. Give us a call at 800-552-8502 or go online at redriverradio.org. Bayou Boogie in the Performance Studio. I'm Kermit Poling. I'm the general manager here at Red River Radio. Wally Derleth, jazz guy, also in the studio with me here. And we're closing in on that $19,000. We haven't gotten there yet, though, I don't think.
No, we have not. And we need more of you to call in right now. And you know, Kermit, you mentioned before that we're just a little bit different. And we don't air commercials. We have underwriting and all that, but we stand out because we bring all kinds of diversity to the listeners.
Yeah, we absolutely do. I think the hallmark, the thing is the high quality, and whether it comes from one of the networks or it's right here in our studio, the quality is what we strive for, and we certainly have it here tonight. So we are closing in. We got about 15 minutes before 10 or so. I don't know, guys. Are you hanging in there? Okay.
I'm seeing some good ones for you.
All right. Well,
we've been saving the best for last.
All right.
Ooh, the bar is now raised.
All right. I don't know how I can top that, but we're anxiously wanting to hear it. So why don't you go ahead and lead in?
Okay. Well, this is one that I asked the band if they wanted to do, and we thought about it and said, "Oh yeah, we definitely got to do that one." This is I got the inspiration from this from. Of course, I'm dating myself now. I saw James Brown at the Hirsch Coliseum in 1966. Ooh. Lord have mercy.
That's been a while.
I know it. I know it. Everybody goes, he's that old? Really? But, yeah, it was a great show. And, man, what a performer he was. And so we're going to do our rendition of a great song he did. And we're going to show you how we usually get everybody in our audience in our live shows to kind of get into this with us, how they introduced James Brown on all of his shows.
Oh, yeah.
And they used to do it. So his buddy was Bobby Brown? Was that? I mean, what was that guy's name?
Not Bobby Brown.
Not Bobby Brown, but what was his name?
Bobby Brown. You talking about Maceo?
No, the other guy. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'll think of it probably when I'm going home. Anyway, but he used to come out and say, well, the Godfather of Soul, blah blah blah. He says, let's see if we can get him out here, and he used to do this. James Brown.
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 Hit it. Listen, I got something that make me want to shout. I got something, tell me what it's all about. I got soul, and I'm super bad. I got soul, and I'm super bad. Listen, I got something that tell me what to do. I got something, wanna make a love to you. I got soul. And I'm super bad. I got soul. And I'm super bad. Listen, sometimes I feel good when I'm trying to tell you. And I don't need no help. Look out. Sometimes I feel so nice. Good God. Jump back, wanna kiss myself. Hey! I got soul, and I'm super bad. I got soul, and I'm super bad. 1, 2, 3, let's go! Super bad. I got something, tell me what it's all about. I got soul, and I'm super bad. I got soul, and I'm super bad. Listen, I got something that tell me what to do. I got something, when I make a love to you. I got soul, and I'm super bad. I got soul, and I'm super bad. Listen, sometimes I feel good when I'm trying to tell you. And I don't need no help. No. Sometimes I feel so nice. Good God. Jump back, wanna kiss myself. Hey! I got soul. Ooh. And I'm super bad. I got soul, and I'm super bad. 1, 2, 3. Super bad. Super bad.
super bad, man. That's great. You're listening to Bayou Boogie live in the Red River Radio studios on this, as we're kind of winding things down here on this Tuesday evening. We still are waiting for you to make a contribution at 800-552-8502 and support the programming that you already use. You already listen to this public radio station. That's why you're tuned in now, and you're getting something special, of course, live music in the Weiss Performance Studios here. The first of our live bands that will be performing during this drive, during our spring fundraiser there. Oh, just saw some flashing red lights drive on and a little siren in the background. Something happened there on Uri Drive.
They're not coming from me. That's good.
That's true. That's true. The number to call again, 800-552-8502. Go ahead and make your contribution to Red River Radio. And there's the phone ringing, so I know we have at least one more person there. Let's see, guys. You got one more in you here?
Oh, yeah, we definitely do.
All right. Well, why don't we do that? One more to wrap things up.
Or they could go back to back too.
Yeah, or if you want to do a couple back to back, whatever here. Yeah.
We'll see what happens with this one.
Okay. All right.
Every town I go in, there's a street. Name of the street, Funky Funky Broadway. Down on Broadway, there's a nightclub. Name of the nightclub, Funky Funky Broadway. Down on Broadway, there's a crowd. Name of the crowd, Broadway crowd. Down on Broadway, there's a woman. Name of the woman, huh, baby, the Broadway woman. Look out, y'all, come on. Shake your tail further, baby, you're duking real good. Come on, baby, you dance like you know you should. Hey, come on. Now come on, baby, do the shing-a-ling. It was the 3rd of September, the day I'll always remember. Yeah. That was the day that my daddy died. Yeah, yeah. I never knew much about him, only heard other people talking about him. Mama, I'm depending on you, tell me the truth. Yeah, yeah. I was a rolling stone, wherever he laid his hat was at home. When he died, all he left was alone. Come on, everybody. Was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. When he died, all he left was alone. Whoa, whoa, I'm doing fine on cloud nine. I'm doing fine on cloud nine. Cloud nine. Cloud nine. Dirty busy Broadway. Don't I love your Broadway? Dirty busy Broadway. Don't I love your Broadway?
Spectacular. Wow, what a what a way to close out the set. Bayou Boogie performing live in the Red River Radio Weiss Performing Studio here. And Bayou Boogie, we've got Pat Mason, accordion lead vocalist, the leader of the band, as they say. Zeph Smith on bass and vocals, Kyle Martin guitar and vocals, Bradley Reed on some really funky keyboard and organ there, sounding great, and Warren Williams on drums. Guys, I listen, this has absolutely been fantastic. It has been such a pleasure to hear you. My first opportunity to hear you. You guys just sound great.
Thank you very much for having us. We appreciate it.
Oh, fantastic. And I hope as you've been listening, you appreciate that too. Give us a call, 800-552-8502, or you can go online at redriverradio.org. And Wally, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can do the ID and take us out of here.
And thank you, Kermit. And you are listening to the voice of the community, Red River Radio, a public radio service of LSUS. And this is KLSA, Alexandria, Pineville, KBSA, El Dorado, Camden, Magnolia, KLDN, Lufkin, Nacogdoches, KTYK, Overton, Tyler, Kilgore, and KDAQ, Shreveport, Bossier City. And with that, we're going to go into Evening Jazz, and I don't know how I'm going to follow this, but I'm going to try. And so for the next 2 hours, normally on Tuesday nights, the 11 o'clock hour is all about the Hammond B3. Well, I've decided for the next 2 hours, it's all about the Hammond B3 organ. And so we're going to lead off with Jimmy Smith on Red River Radio.